If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have go inside the description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yo, if you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have go inside the description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yeah, so you're looking at a man, you're looking at Vybz Kartel. Yeah, man, them call him World Boss. That Adidja Palmer. Yeah, man. And below him, that is top killer, a man goes by the name of Omar Miller. He was a detective constable in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. But it doesn't matter where you take up these criminals, although they become hard-working police officers, but at the same time they are criminals in uniform, and he was one of them. So he was transferred from St. Andrew North to St. Andrew South to my division. And when Vybz Kartel got into problem with the state, he ran for the hills because he thought that Vybz Kartel was going to snitch on him and reveal some of his darkest secrets. Because this is the man that killed Nonopus. Yes, Nonopus was from, and his name is Christopher Miller, who's from Tivoli Gardens and was killed in Portmore by none other than, the same Omar Miller, aka Miller 9, and his friend Stammer Terror, that is Courtney Samuels. So Vybz Kartel top killer, the same ex-police faces the death penalty in California, and we at the Jamaica Young Police channel say him deserve it. And the reason why I tell you, these people, Jamaica and a whole, as I stated before, governments since 1972 have done a real injustice to our Jamaican people's mind, in which they glorify criminality, make killing fashionable, and make being a criminal, a convicted criminal, make it something that's appealing to our youths, which is just wrong. So good day, truth seekers and defenders of justice. Strap in, because what you are about to hear will shake you to the core and shine a blinding light on the deadly web of criminality, betrayal, and karma that surrounds dancehall most infamous figure, a DJ, Vybz Kartel Palmer. This is the story of Detective Constable Omar Miller 9, a man once sworn to uphold the law, who instead chose to drag his badge through the gutter, associate with murderers, and now faces the death penalty in California for a chilling, cold-blooded home invasion murder, all caught on camera. Let this serve as a cautionary tale, because when you lie down with dogs, you wake up with the death chamber. So who's Miller 9? Omar Miller 9, known on the streets, wasn't just another road cop. He was a walking paradox, a man in uniform who danced with death and darkness behind closed doors. He was feared, connected, and according to many insiders in Jamaica's underworld, an enforcer who ran with none other than Vybz Kartel, the self-styled royal boss. Miller wasn't just an admirer of Kartel's music. He was reportedly a silent lieutenant involved in the acts of intimidation, extortion, and, according to some whistleblowers, had knowledge of or play roles in target killings while serving in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He was protected by silence, by fear, and by the gun. That's until karma boarded a flight straight to California. So the burglary that turned into a cold-blooded murder. Fast forward to 2025, now residing in California, Miller supposedly left the Jamaica police force behind, but he didn't leave his criminal mindset and taste for violence. Together with another man, Miller 9 broke into a home in a quiet suburban neighborhood in the early hours of the morning. They thought it would be a clean robbery, in and out, but they didn't realize was this. The homeowner had installed cutting-edge home surveillance, complete with night vision, facial recognition, and motion-triggered recording. As the footage show, and yes, authority has confirmed, the video exists, and we're showing on the Jamaica Young Police channel already. Miller and his accomplice crept into the house like shadows, armed and masked. Inside, a 30-year-old man, a husband, a father, a provider, lay asleep in the comfort of his own bed, unaware that death had already stepped into his house. Then the unthinkable happened. Instead of living quietly with stolen goods, Miller, see Miller 9, raise his weapon and execute the sleeping man in cold blood. A bullet to the head. The video doesn't lie. The highs of technology doesn't not forget. And now neither will the justice system. So the death penalty, the arrest and the death penalty Miller 9 deserved, within 48 hours, Miller was tracked down, surrounded, and arrested by U.S. law enforcement. Authorities acted swiftly, citing the overwhelming video evidence, the ballistic matches, and the digital trail left behind by the suspects. He was charged with burglary, first-degree murder, and the special circumstance of killing during the commission of felony, which under California's law qualifies him for the death penalty, and him deserve it. Yes, Miller 9 deserve the death penalty, and want them execute him. We have zero sympathy for murderers, people who are criminals. Yes, Miller 9, once a fear figure among Jamaican law enforcement, now sits alone in a California detention center, facing the very justice he once mocked and evaded. His trial will be public, his crimes irrefutable, and barring a miracle, his fate, a lethal injection or the gas chamber, and he deserves it. The Vybz Kartel connection, birds of a feather, kill together. Now for those who think this is an isolated incident, think again. This is the natural consequences of glorifying gangsters, gunmen, and ghetto celebrities like Vybz Kartel, who built an empire not on music alone, but on alleged bloodshed, manipulation, and street violence. Miller 9 was just any fan. He was a Kartel's friend, his fixers, and possibly more. The same man who once investigated crimes now created one so heinous it sent shockwaves through American media outlets. We ask, how many more are out there? How many Miller 9s are wearing badges by day and plotting death by night? Kartel influence isn't just lyrical, it's literal. Heart imitate life, and it's destroying minds from the dancehall to the diaspora. Eye for an eye, why justice must be swift and final. It is easy to get numb to murder in a world where headlines change by the minute. But let us be clear, the man murdered in California was someone's father, someone's son, someone's everything, and he died simply because two thugs faking titles to what he worked hard for. That socialist thinking, mindset that Michael Manley had imparted to us as Jamaicans. Until this day, Michael Manley dead and gone. Yes, over 28 years, and his legacy still lives on. Michael Manley's legacy still lives on. Bad mind, envy, entitlement, and socialistic mindset. If you have two, you must give me one. I don't subscribe to that. If I have two, I'm not giving you none. This isn't just about burglary. This is a barbaric act rooted in the same mentality that destroys Jamaica's moral compass. The belief that criminals are real celebrities, that badness is something to respect. But this time, justice is watching, and she's coming with a vengeance. Omar Miller 9 deserve nothing less than full weight of American justice, the death penalty, serve cold and without delay. So let the gas hiss or the needle pierce, because the blood of that innocent man cries out for justice, and the world is watching. To the youth of Jamaica and the Caribbean diaspora, choose your company wisely. Omar Miller once wore a badge. He once had a pension, power and promise, but he gave it all up to follow badman culture. Now he may end up his life's trap to a gurney. To those still glorifying Vybz Kartel and criminals around him, wake up. The world has changed, and the eyes that record don't blink. And to the Jamaican people, if we don't collectively reject the culture of criminality, the next Miller 9 could be someone you know, someone you love, or someone who come through your window while you sleep. As we said before and we say again, we never love criminality. So viewer discretion is advised. This is real, this is raw, and this is reckoning of Omar Miller 9. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to hear is not just another news story. It is a vivid reminder that no matter how cunning or ruthless a criminal may be, the eyes of justice never blink. Omar Miller, a former Jamaican police detective known on the street as Miller 9, and a long-time associate of the former convicted murderer and dancehall figure, a DJ Vybz Kartel Palmer, is now first in first degree murder and aggravated robbery in California after a cold-blooded home invasion left one man dead and another critically wounded. This was not some random act of desperation. It was premeditated, savage assault fueled by greed and executed with precision. Under the cover of darkness, Miller and his accomplice forced their way into a family home, armed and remorseless. They stormed through the door like predators, hunting valuables. But when confronted by the innocent homeowner, so this was not random act of desperation. And when the homeowner, the innocent homeowner, confronted them, they unleashed pure terror. One man, a father, a brother, someone's sons, was gunned down in cold blood. Another was beaten with inches to his life, left bloodied, broken, while the two invaders ransacked the property like vultures in a feeding frenzy. But here's where the story flips. What Miller and his criminal partner did not know was that the house was wired with hidden surveillance cameras, silent sentinels that saw everything, forgot nothing, and caught it all in a crystal clear detail. The footage is damning. You can see Miller's face, his mannerism, the brutality in his actions, all captured for the world and the courtroom to see. Every footstep, every scream, every shot. This isn't rumor, this isn't speculation, this is evidence. And justice is coming. So we need the world to know the truth, not just about this case, but about the type of evil that breeds when we glorify thugs, gangsters, and so-called ghetto celebrities. Miller was once a police officer. He was supposed to serve and protect. Instead, he chose to rob, to kill, and to destroy. And yes, he was aligned with Vybz Kartel, a man already orchestrating murder. Is it a coincidence that those who run in that circle keep turning up in blood-soaked headlines? This is not a one-off. This is a pattern, a system, a network of wolves in disguise. But now justice has a face. It's staring right at Omar Miller. He has been charged. He has been caught, and he will, if there's any decent life in the world, face the death penalty for what he did. So we said to you, share the video. Why? Because the victim's family deserve justice. Because young men need to see that badness ends in bars or a body bag. Because those who wear badges and betray them should be exposed. Because our silence is complicity. Post it on Facebook, share it on TikTok, blast it through WhatsApp. Let your voice be the echo that shakes the wall of every courtroom and prison cell. This is not entertainment. This is not dancehall gossip. This is murder, betrayal, and justice online. So we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel said to Miller 9 and Andre Andrews are facing the death penalty in California. And we wish and hope and pray that both of you will get the death penalty and execute both of you fast. Because what you have done is nothing short of evil. So to the liberal lawmakers in New Jersey, New York, Maryland, and every other so-called progressive state that has made it their mission to hug criminals tighter than they comfort victims, shame on you. Shame on you for giving heartless killers like Omar, Miller 9, Miller, and Andre Andrews a second chance to walk among the innocent. What you have done, whether you admit it or not, it sent a message straight to the street of Jamaica and every crime-infested corner of the world. Come to America, do your worst, our system is soft. We'll set the table for your second chance. Well, let me be clear. Where I come from, we don't serve second chances to murderers. We don't serve you sympathy. We don't serve you coffee. We don't serve you tea, breakfast, lunch, or supper. The only thing we'll gladly serve you is a champagne glass filled with bitters to ease your passage on the one-way flight to the departure lounge. No refund, no cancellation, no delay, no rescheduling, just a cool final destination where killers pay with their lives, not with parole. So the policymakers still try to humanize the inhuman. Remember this: every life taken by these monsters after your so-called mercy is blood on your hands. And to the law-abiding, justice-loving citizen across America, share this video, because the only thing that stops evil from winning is when good people get louder. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.